beat Sam Imrek. And we're gonna watch Davide Veroli, the quick flesh. Ooh, that is a much nicer quality, even with the bouncing overlay. Be a okay, too many camera changes. Too many camera changes. Be threatening the wrist again. Veroli holding him off. Holding ground both of them, trying to psych out the opponent. Ooh, and Billa finds his way through. That was fun because he went high line. Like the classic is you go high line, low line, and he went high line, high line, high line, low line. But if your opponent is taking lots of sixes, then good to go. Or you know your opponent's taking six, because just drop your hit tip and go in low line. They're so close. They're so close. The Freddy Veroli has not done a whole lot. Just held distance close. We talked about Fischer's doing is just hang out in close distance. Veroli's trying to do that. It's not working quite as well for him. He's not quite as he doesn't even quite have the technical ability to land the riposte that he needs. That's kind of a self-inflicted injury because he doesn't need to be as close as he is. Like we've seen Billa fence happily from farther distances. But right now, Veroli is getting in close and then ceding the distance too quickly. And then because he's got to move back, once he starts moving back, he can't stop easily because he's spending so much time in Billa's threatening range. So when he wants to counterattack, he's got a lot of rearward momentum and it throws him off and it lets Billa get the counterattack. And we go to the end of the first. So slow period so far. Very game of chickeny. Veroli needs to figure out a way to not retreat so much when Billa pushes. Okay, so that's not Grumier. So Billa has a new coach. That might be Marco Fischer. All these Italians look the same. Certainly from the back, and certainly when you have face blindness. Yeah, Veroli needs to not give up ground so easily. He needs to find a way to make the stop, make the parry, threaten the counter, and not move out of engagement distance. He's setting to be very low. Should be just enough desktop audio for you guys to hear, and not so much to override my voice. Okay, now Veroli seems a little bit more blade forward than he was in the first period. A little bit less going back. Better parry there. Okay, so that in theory wasn't great because it wasn't really set up very well. But on the other hand, he got a double out of it. There's a flunge. That's what that was. That was a flunge. I don't know why he's flunging in the finals of an Epee tournament, but he is. There he goes. Gives you up ground less easily. Anyway, so that was a double, which was good for him because it gives him shows he's on the right track. In this case, a double is a progression from just getting counterattacked. Yeah, he's less likely to give up ground, and now he's starting to make Billa jump. Ooh, but like I said, it's just really hard to have the technical skill to be able to stop somebody and stay that close. So good counterattack there from Billa. Kind of caught Veroli napping a little bit. I thought it was a wrist shot, but he went all the way to the body. Okay. More consistent awareness from Veroli. You can see by his body language. He's not doing the fencing coach's two-tempo stuff. He's stopping and being aware. He's not falling asleep. He's just missing over the shoulder. I'm not sure how we didn't get it at least a double there, but good for Billa. There it is. I was honestly looking at Billa for that one. Huh. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I guess we'll see here. Nope. Yep. Too obvious. Um, Not really set up. He pauses and then comes in, but he's coming in like searching and then easy extension for Billa. Finally gets one there. He found the blade that time, which gave him a good disruptive beat, and that gave him the chance to get the touch that he hasn't had before. This bout feels like it's been all Billa, but it's definitely uh, still anybody's game. 3 touches left for Veroli, and he's making the adjustments he needs. Um, but the pairs just aren't quite there. That one was a very jammy sort of parry. He's like big and really into it, and if you remember the Fischer video, he had much smaller wrist-based parries. Doesn't get his whole arm involved, barely gets his elbow involved. So Veroli needs more of that if he's going to keep fencing this close. I'm just every situation Veroli. Oh no, never mind. Billa is just ripping him apart now. Veroli is not finding the distance he needs to get his actions on. Every time he tries to go, Billa surprises him with something, and then Veroli is aborting his attack, and Billa is getting an easy single. Veroli, I think, has to just stay a little bit farther away and just commit to his attacks. Okay. Another second. It was 4-7. Now it's 11-4. Not looking great for Davide Veroli. And of course, as we all know, the Italians have -2 to their stats when they're fencing in France, so it's not too surprising. That was a good one, actually. Veroli is just getting in close, missing a parry there. I feel like his blade got caught on Billa's when that just can't happen. Jump. He's in. That was a good one. We'll watch that one. He's okay. He does. He takes the parry, which just happened. Doesn't retreat very far, which we saw in the first bit was really good. It was a fix in the first bit. Now he goes one to the wrist, and his arm is extended, and Billa counters, and Veroli pulls his arm back. And he's just too close to do that. He's got to finish. One, yeah, he jumps back and he's leaning over. He's just got to finish straight, and that's his touch. But he's not feeling it, and he's feeling the threat too much. No, shouldn't have done that. There we go. A good long attack from Veroli. Ignores the counterattack, finishes attack, gets a touch. There's still a lot of fencing to go. Veroli is pushing hard. There we go. That was another really good parry. That's 2 and 7 seconds, which is insane. Holding the parry, holding the parry. Now he's got it? Unclear. Thinks he got the leg. I think he got the leg too, honestly. That's 3 really fast ones just off Veroli doing just a more committed attack. I don't know who did the back for Veroli, but it is. Ooh, maybe he did hit the ground. See, in a slow motion, if you look at Bia's left leg, because that's where the touch is going to be. We got 8. We got no. Could be the leg. Could be the strip. The strip would be unfortunate. Okay, no touch awarded. Much more high energy from Veroli now. Bia still manages to find the time for a counter. There it is. Now we're starting to see stuff. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look at Veroli's body language, ooh, missed it with another plunge for some reason. Anyway, Veroli's body language has shifted entirely into attack mode. Even with his parries, he's doing super fast parry to post instead of trying to really block the blade out, trying to defend himself. Ooh, little bit too much. Little bit too much. Oh, they're also technically supposed to start in the middle of the strip, and there's the counter. Okay, so that was about Veroli a little bit too passive and too timid in the first couple of periods. Came out smoking in the beginning of the third. Got too eager, and Bia found the time for the counterattacks again.